I'm going to do my face massage and talk about alcohol. This is something like a story time video, but I'm going to be doing my face massage here, so if you want to follow along, feel free. Alcohol is a hot topic in Finland right now. Currently, if you want to buy wine or anything stronger than that, you have to go to a state-owned liquor store. But I think that in the next few years that is about to change, and that has raised a lot of discussion. I feel something like an outsider in this discussion because I haven't had alcohol in I think almost 9 years. But still, I wanted to let you know why and why this is important for my skin as well. I did drink quite a bit growing up. Yes, growing up, I started when I was 14 and I drank maybe once or twice a month until I was 20. That was just what we did. It was a small town in Finland. It was the 90s. That was just what you did, right? And everybody drank. Like my parents drank too much. My grandparents drank too much. All my friends drank. Maybe it was partly my fault because I drank. I'm not blaming anyone else. It was my decision to make. But it's just everybody consumed a lot of alcohol around me. Like no one was really an alcoholic per se, but everybody just consumed too much alcohol. And yeah, it was what we did. We got drunk. But that got pretty old pretty fast. So already in my 20s, this was the early 2000s, I went sober for a year and a half. And back then, nobody was sober curious. So I was pretty alone and that was pretty hard. Everybody was happy to have a dedicated driver, but other than that, it was like I was pressured into drinking a lot, but for a year and a half, I held my own. But then I went back to like drinking every now and then. And through my 20s and my early 30s, I often drank like a couple of glasses of wine or something. And it was usually a fight. Like, maybe it's just Finland. I know that we consume a lot of alcohol per capita here. But it just often was that people wanted me to drink more. Like if I went to somebody's party and I only had one glass of wine, it was as if I didn't think much of their party because I only drank that little. I don't think that back then people knew that alcohol is bad for you from the very first sip. And I don't think that everybody knows that even today. So I just want to make sure that you know. Like, I know that a lot of people are struggling to lose weight and they're like, oh, but it can't be my glass of wine. This is only 150 calories. But it's not the calories in the wine, it's that alcohol messes up your metabolism. So if you have a glass of wine, alcohol just messes up your body's ability to burn fat for the next 48 hours. So you have one glass of wine, let alone you have more, but you have one glass of wine, and for 48 hours, everything that you eat will just stick. Sorry, not sorry. Alcohol is, of course, obviously very bad for your skin. It could be that you can't really tell that there's anything wrong with your skin, but when you quit drinking alcohol, you absolutely will see a difference in a few months. It's the circulation and everything. And then there's, of course, the increased risk of cancer if you drink alcohol. And then alcohol also ruins your sleep. Now, I don't have any wearables myself, but I'm really happy that more people nowadays know that alcohol messes up their sleep and their circadian rhythms, because they have wearables and they can tell that just one glass of wine or one beer will affect their sleep. So when I was hit 30, I wasn't much of a drinker anymore. And it was often a debate whether I should drink more. Sounds ridiculous, but it really was. I was in the marketing world, and marketing and sales people are lovely people who drink a lot of alcohol on average. So the world just wasn't right for me, I think, and I was there for 20 years. You go to a little Christmas party and the only program that they have is alcohol. So yeah. I was always the first one who wanted to go to bed, the first one who wanted to go home. I just really wasn't at home in those circles with all the alcohol consumption around me. I mean, if you are the person who can be sober in a room full of people who have been drinking, congratulations. I'm really not that person. I mean, people are idiots when they drink alcohol, and I don't want to be surrounded by idiots. So I got the perfect out. I got pregnant, and after my first pregnancy, I had a glass of wine, and it tasted like hand sanitizer. There was apparently nothing wrong with the wine. Everybody else said that it was fine, but for me, it tasted like poison. So I never had another drink again, and that was 8.5 years ago, I think. And I had that baby, so for me it was quite easy to quit drinking entirely. I understand that a lot of people are all for moderation. They don't want to be black and white. But when it comes to alcohol, I think it's a lot easier to be straight edge, like none whatsoever. Otherwise, there's always going to be that debate whether you're going to drink this time and how much you're going to drink this time. And if you are watching this video for the face massage, I'm sorry. I have plenty of other videos where I actually talk about the massage and do it more consistently. But if you're watching this video for something else, like if you are considering maybe quitting alcohol altogether, if you are sober curious, then congratulations in advance. It's going to be one of the best decisions you'll ever make. But the first year can be difficult. Hopefully not for you. It certainly wasn't for me, but it can be difficult for others. When I had a baby, it was fine for everyone that I didn't drink. But back in my 20s, when I didn't drink at all for 18 months, that was really a problem. And back then I was too young to know this. So I want to make this absolutely clear to you. If anybody around you, anybody, tries to make you drink so that they would feel better about their drinking. So if anybody tries to drag you down to their level and make you drink, just don't be around people like that. I mean, there are so many fantastic sober people in this world. Just don't be around people who try to make you drink. I mean, if it's somebody you love, if it's your mother, if it's your sister, if it's your best friend from high school, if it's your spouse, give them another chance. Give them the chance to back down. But if they want, they have to go. I mean, you don't want to be around drunk idiots And you don't want to be around people who try to make you do something that is bad for you. It's kind of obvious now that I put it like this, but in my 20s, I just didn't know any better. It felt like everybody around me drank. So the year and a half was really a struggle. But now it's been almost 9 years and now nobody expects me to drink anymore. And I'm just happy to be setting a good example to my kids. Like my husband drinks a beer every now and then or a glass of wine every now and then. Like he's the normal person. so he gives that example. And then I want to give the example that not drinking at all is completely normal. You can still have a lot of friends, you can still have a lot of fun. You don't need to do things that alcohol drinking people do to have fun. I feel better having said that out loud. My face feels a little bit more relaxed now too. Let me know what your stance on this is. Like, do you drink alcohol? Are you the normal person who drinks in moderation? Have you found that a good solution for you, or have you considered quitting altogether, like going completely sober? Sober also always sounds like you've had a problem with alcohol before. What I mean is a person who doesn't drink at all, straight edge, if you will. No, that's its own movement. Kind of fun that it exists, but yeah. Let me know. What do you think? What do you thought about this? Not really a face massage, more like a story time video. Let me know. And the next time it's going to be face yoga again, so don't worry.